Want to put out one more reminder. Those of you who thought like, I always wanted to work for the Blaze. Well, we're hiring. You can go check out our job openings at theblaze.com/jobs. My team in particular is hiring a couple different positions. So make sure that you check that out. I mean, flattery is helpful in your cover letter. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not really kidding. So make sure you check it out, theblaze.com/jobs. If you feel like you are so qualified, I want to welcome to the show Matthew Marsden, Blaze TV contributor and actor and producer extraordinaire, who is overqualified for those positions.
Mm-hmm.
But
maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying, I wish that you could just go down to my level.
Oh, yeah. Well, I slum it now and then.
You could be my PA. You could bring me coffee.
Listen, I can't take that. I've seen the way you treat people. You're a tyrant. You're like, green M&Ms. I told you green M&Ms. I see the way they cower. It's on it. Honestly, she's a tyrant.
Shut up.
I think that's just me.
Yeah, that's just Steven. I said green M&Ms.
Oh my god!
In the corner going, don't hit me.
Please don't, not again. No, we're all a big happy family here, and it's a lot of fun. So I want to play a little bit of what happened over the weekend when Donald Trump, I was just talking to Brianna Morello, the most politically persecuted man in the country, Donald Trump, appearing at the UFC fight in New Jersey over the weekend. This was Saturday night. I want to show the huge ovation from the stadium there. Watch.
Costa also with us tonight. 45. Being ushered in by UFC CEO Dana White. Donald Trump is in the building, and the former president getting a standing ovation from the assembled masses here at UFC 302.
Very excited. They are very excited to see Donald Trump. And then I want to play one more clip here from the UFC fight. So the winner, did he win over the weekend, Sean Strickland?
I'm told yes.
Okay, all right. So I want to play him after he won talking to Donald Trump in his speech. Watch.
President Trump, you're the man, bro. It is a damn travesty what they're doing to you. I'll be donating to you, my man. Let's get it done.
Let's get it done. Congratulations, sir. Sean Strickland, ladies and gentlemen.
So I read a headline that since that happened at the end of last week, that they have now raised like $200 million for Donald Trump's campaign.
I'm not surprised. And yet, if you watch the mainstream media, they'll also tell you that people are less likely to vote for him.
That's what I don't get.
True.
It has to be not true, right?
Of course it's not true.
How can you raise that much money and then have the majority of Republicans saying, oh, well, now he's a felon? Well, yeah, because they weaponize the system against him.
Well, that's what they do, though, don't they? They just keep repeating the lies, and they hope it will stick. I mean, it was because I was actually there in New York this weekend, and it was amazing, actually. So I did I'd never done it before, which was very challenging for me to do X spaces. And as I walked to Trump Tower, and it was funny because people were saying, oh, are you afraid? I'm like, why would I be afraid of a bunch of Trump people? These aren't the ones that go violently smashing things up, apart from what they say about January the 6th, which, again, people just walked around very peacefully for the most part. But people there were very, very positive. They're very positive about Trump. And look, at the end of the day, you saw that UFC, right? They tell you that 81 million votes, which was always a lie.
Yeah.
It was always a lie. But we shouldn't be complacent about it. And this is not the end. They're going to keep coming. Mm-hmm. And it worries me because I think that we all know that they cannot let him win.
Right.
They cannot let him win because he is going to take an absolute flamethrower to the establishment, and they're terrified. So people, it's going to get very, very, very sticky. And it's going to get worse. And you know what's interesting? I do want to make this point. He knew, because when we were on the show, do you remember? And he said they would even, Mother Teresa would even get,
Yep, he did.
He knew.
I know. And we said, I was like, I don't like that. That seems like he's resigned himself to the fact that they are going to do whatever it takes to find him guilty and imprison him. That was the moment that he was like, what can I do? My hands are tied.
He knew.
He did.
And look, and we all were thinking, well, I know I spoke to Matt Peterson because he was coming out to New York, and I said, they've just cut it short. So everyone on the other channels as well, at Fox and whatever, was saying, well, they're going to come back another day, right? They're going to come back the next day because they couldn't figure it out. And when it came out guilty, it was like, what?
I know. I had more faith in humanity than that. I honestly did. I was like, okay, cool. It was quick, which means they were like, yeah, there's no case here, so let's just go home. We don't want to stay here over the weekend. And then I was like, well, I had too much. That's my mistake. Next time I won't have that much faith in humanity. That's on me. My bad. So speaking of that, I want to play Donald Trump. He gave his first interview since all of this had happened, since he had been found guilty. Unfortunately, it was on Fox News and not Sara Gonzales Unfiltered. But maybe someday it can be Sara Gonzales Unfiltered and not Fox News, who, by the way, doesn't like him. So he should stop giving airtime to Fox News. But he talked about potential jail time. And here's what he had to say.
The judge could decide to say, hey, house arrest or even jail.
It could.
Face what that could be.
I'm okay with it. I saw one of my lawyers the other day on television saying, oh, no, you don't want to do that to the president. I said, you don't beg for anything. You just, the way it is.
I love that man.
He is hardcore. Like, I retweeted that and said, like, what a baller. And that's why all those guys at UFC, all the guys at UFC, why are they there for? They're going to see gladiators in the arena that will punch each other in the face and then get up afterwards and shake hands for the most part, because that is a masculine thing, right? And they look at Trump and that's what they see. They see a guy that is never giving in. We've said this before. I don't know if I could do that at his age.
I could. I mean, look, I said before he formally announced that he was running again, I was like, why would you want to pass the torch to someone else? You don't have to deal with the media going after you for the next 4 years. You don't have to deal with any of this crap. You don't have to deal with them going after you, in the justice system. Just go be with your family. And he chose to step up and he hasn't backed down. And there is, again, I say, I love that man. I don't mean like, I'm going to back him no matter what. I've been critical of him where I need to be critical of him, I think. I've been critical. I still don't like the way he handled COVID. I don't like that he has not admitted that he was wrong there. There are a litany of things that I could list right now that I don't appreciate about him. But the fact that they are going after him with 91 indictments and he is still like, whatever happens, happens. I'm like, there is something that you have to respect about that.
Yeah, and also he's the most transparent president we've ever had. I think he's probably the most transparent politician we've ever had, because what you see is what you get. And look, we all know that people make mistakes, people get bad advice. I think now we've seen the way that the deep state is moving against him.
Yeah.
Makes his presidency a little bit more understandable.
Right.
You kind of like, well, yeah, I mean, who was advising him? You're seeing the Republicans stab him in the back, and everyone's going, hang on a second, like, look, it's parenting 101, right? Like when you're talking to your kids, you go, hey, listen, we're having a unified front on this, even though we might disagree with what one or the other parent say. That's the way it's meant to be, right? You're meant to put a unified front, whether it's right or wrong, right? Look, when Donald Trump was first running, and I give Matt Peterson a hard time about this because I said immediately he was going to win, right? Because anyone that knows anything about entertainment and the culture, they'll understand that he was a phenomenon. Mm-hmm. But people were like, he's not pro-life. I went, once they attack him on being pro-life, he will be the most pro-life president in history. That's what he does. Yeah. Like you prod the bear and he's going to go,
right?
Really?
Right.
All right. I'm going to do this then.
And he is, by the way.
He does.
He is now. He is now the most pro-life president in history, because you have to judge him by his actions and what his actions caused, not flippant remarks that he makes on the campaign trail.
And that's all. Come on, guys, like we know what Trump is like. It's the art of the deal. He'll say something, then pull it back. He'll move around. If you don't understand what he's like right now, I don't know what to say to you, right? We all know what he's like. But I think now that what you are seeing is a man that is he's going to be a great man. He's already a great man. But I mean, I think he's destined for real greatness because saying that, like, you can imprison me.
You just
this is
have
a
to respect
different
that.
level.
I know.
It's a different
I know.
level.
I know. You just like, you have to, if you can't respect him saying that, you're just broken. Like, you're suffering from TDS, I think, because at his, like, as you said, at his age, to just be like, whatever happens, happens, is like, I couldn't deal with that at my age. Imagine dealing with that at his age. I just, there is something to be, commended in that regard. Right.
Really?
Right.
All right. I'm going to do this then.
And he is, by the way.
He does.
He is now. He is now the most
does.
pro-life president in history because you have to judge him by his actions and what his actions caused, not flippant remarks that he makes on the campaign trail.
And that's all. Come on, guys, like, we know what Trump is like. It's the art of the deal. He'll say something, then pull it back. He'll move around. If you don't understand what he's like right now, I don't know what to say to you, right? We all know what he's like. But I think now that what you are seeing is a man that he's going to be a great man. He's already a great man. But I mean, I think he's destined for real greatness because saying that, like, you can imprison me. You just
have to respect that.
Level.
I know.
It's a different level.
I know. You just like, you have to, if you can't respect him saying that, you're just broken. Like, you're suffering from TDS, I think, because at his, like, as you said, at his age, to just be like, whatever happens, happens, is like, I couldn't deal with that at my age. Imagine dealing with that at his age. I just, there is something to be, commended in that regard. If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, come on, you know you do. Click here.